I'll keep this close.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it, but how do you operate this?
It is currently...
Aw, what?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to...
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in... That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yeah. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are...
So, what you're...
I have a smattering of knowledge. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker.
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
A reward on the road.
Hello.
One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong ballista is more intricate.
Ooh.
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a...
Over here we have... nothing. And over there... more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing? So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders, old man. This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device. Last time we approached the mountain, A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it! The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need
Direct assault!
Animal test 6308.
No, my sword!
Blast!
Starball!
Unlucky! You're open! Replace my hammer. You're open!
Another test subject. Try! Try! Picked the wrong test subject.
Absorption test.
Try! Picked the wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test.
Power cord!
The hunter becomes the hunter.
No, my sword! Feel the beat!
Animal test 6308.
Want a taste of my hammer?
You're open!
Animal hypostasis. Stand clear. Absorption test. These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
troubling ourselves over this rabble is...
Oh, yeah, that!
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology...
Which means... a Paimon wouldn't go that far.
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to...
Good idea. We did our best. want to. It tastes gross.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill.
What a disappointment.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So... I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. Ah, here. This is the name.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hasten.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the...
Excuse me, everyone.
Oh. Sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
No.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Some...
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal... What a sorry state of affairs. This little... Ah! The medicine... The snake is speaking! I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers...
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really.
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine...
Everlasting incense? Why, of...
Whew, at last. Things are...
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Aw, too bad the Chising have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much mora. And as...
This is correct.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we...
Cocoa goat! Cocoa goat! My sides hurt.
Hey, less laughter!
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity. If Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk...
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive...
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 mora.
That's like 0 difference from
2,990,000. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
Ah, that lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope.
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the golden...
Well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liu saying goes, the walls have ears.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've...
Ooh, fine.
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our... Odd? The questions that such travels... To treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't worry. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall?
Indeed. Let us... Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already... Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take... I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for it.
If it is to your liking, dear customers.
Hey, there's even a store.
Besides fine wine, the excellent... But when I say ambient...
As you all know, high above the land of... What does it mean to have all... Imagine. The weather is clear, and you gaze... Behold, the glory... They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyuan, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady merely grasping 1 or 2 of them.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. Huh.
At last I have found you.
Who's there?
Wait, I am not with the Millilith, nor am I here to... However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yue High Pavilion, and I have come well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate...
Ningguang sent you? We were...
My apologies, you who have returned from Jiayuan Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full, but I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She invites you to her palace.
An official invitation.
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite her to come. I wish to meet her at the Jade Chamber. Together we shall snip.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Gun, but we've received an invitation from the we'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count.
An invitation. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting.
Don't worry, we won't forget.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Jade Chamber. This is bad. Paimon... Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, let's look around. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. Yes, this must be the... Stand clear. Takes us up to here. If that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top and... Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was this... Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber? Oh, that's... Now that you mention it, we could... Wow, so many raw materials.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you talking? We're invited guests. No. Wait. Maybe she pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us. Now, Paimon.
What? We're just on guard duty.
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious
Well, here they come.
Rain outlines your fate.
Drop!
Tactical! Who goes there? Take the target alive!
No, my sword! Body and mind.
Try it! Beaten! 2 arms! Take the target alive!
Absorption. Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 75.
Rain outlines your fate.
Take this!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these 2 strange people suddenly appeared.
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the...
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Chi.
Tell me you have no love life without telling me you have no love life.
Thanks for the comment.
As it happens...
Oh,
I'm Kuching. I know of you, traveler. You're Ning...
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, it was fixed. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene.
So this was all a misunderstanding.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair...
That was... Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuhang...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as some... Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and I'll say it like it is. They're
Well, you've gotta... Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortal... Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone. And either way, I will admit that the actions of the... Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out of... The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth... I'll stop here. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry...
Favor? But, wait! That's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue...
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuhang may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person. So, what should we get? Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of it. Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect. Why don't we go with that for a gift? With a certain boom! Let's go gather ingredients! Time will... Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from... Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure...
There's no
Absorption
way.
test. Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Feel the beat.
You're open.
A hunter becomes...
You're open. You're open.
Thank you for your help.
Aw, it was nothing.
I understand. Don't say that. I only escaped this particular... I'm Mung Dan. I never expected that those... Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment. Actually...
Oh?
Do you have a box that can store presents?
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without... Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
Great! Paimon Sugar... A guy called Mung Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our store were found by... Here, this container is itself an antique. With at least...
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure, please help yourself.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, it's done! The one and only...
Oh, yes. You might want to use these
Woohoo! It looks great! Now that...
A reward on the road.
watching. This is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the...
Yes. How many would you...
It's not convenient to...
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joy.
It's Ningguang! Since this is our first meeting...
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Night. As such, I have been putting...
What?
And I finally got wind of your movement.
Wait, was...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Balloon...
you weren't peeked.
I fear that peeking would... Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some... I believe that you've heard of the... Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by... Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back. To play the...
Who's this enemy?
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What are you two...
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. Why, you've kept your ear...
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you. If possible, but if you were to choose the more trustworthy... You'd pick Kuching? I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti well, I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the... I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot... Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for...
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided... Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return.
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently.
Yay! Paimon was just one of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of... Just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet... La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Sigil of permission, Aw, that doesn't sound like This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the... But research on the Sigil of permission? Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh, you really think so? Well, should we... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust... That's way... Anyway, before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if...
Answer from this world?
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too.
Starfall!
I will end time. Flash freeze.
Shred to a bit! Drop! Crumble apart!
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Animal hypostasis emulation.
This is bad.
Stand clear.
Power core! Pyrotechnics! Time to rock!
It's no problem. Cooked food. Disgusting. Have a load of this. Let's move. Shouldn't get careless. Have a load of this.
No, my sword! Feel the beat!
Detoxifying heat.
Animal test 6308.
Roasted fry. This one's well done.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Cook this through. Use this first.
Drop! Power core!
Unliner error. Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Rain outlines your fate. No, my sword! Shred to a bit!
That seemed to work.
Pyrotechnics!
This is trouble.
Starfall!
Quiet.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. What are they for? Paimon's seen this pattern. Oh, Paimon knows. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like... Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said talismans like that. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission and being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty deep. And the plot thickens. Alright, that's enough. The last stop on our right of... Let's go!
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the gym?
It was so big.
Indeed. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from...
Oh, so you...
She said the time...
Indeed, contrary to the... Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan.
The Jade Chamber is only second.
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the...
That is how the Fatui have always been. No matter what they may be planning.
So, is there anything we need to get for the...
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the guard... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that...
No. Those lilies have all been gardened. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But wild glaze lilies have the strong... But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to sing to them.
So how good is your singing? Really?
We'll only know once she starts.
Time to sing, whenever you're ready. Da 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 da. What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
Mine's your fate. Power cord!
My research has failed.
No, my sword! Outlines your fate. Feel the beat. Amp it up.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper fly. The glaze lilies used as a disguise.
Well, that's not...
Unfortunately...
That's so late.
Excuse me. Are you searching for
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Hello, traveler. That reminds me.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told...
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I...
She's acting different from the first...
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now...
You came all the way out here to see the flowers?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those... Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's quite all right. When the Archon War came to its end, yes. Now, the other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis.
So what do you think of this?
Huh? As a mortal, I've never... But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
Huh? Did you...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue after the war ended. I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save... I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found.
We dare not.
Oh, so did you sing a...
Indeed, I did.
Wow, so you really know your...
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If you would excuse me.
And that just about... Given the ease of picking glaze...
Yeah, Paimon can already...
I've had enough beginning a new undertaking, so you must be careful to take...
Wow. See? Alright, I think it's a...
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet. However, both sides were quite
It seems inevitable, given the current...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to...
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands.
And what now?
That's all Ningguang. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the... Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity? Neither path is an easy...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been...
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to consider your next course of action carefully.
Having connections with the Fatui. So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that he must be waiting for the moment when no... But where could we find him? Where would he go at a time like this? Wow! This is the Golden House? looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it would... This is where all of Teyvat's mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't take... Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of mora! It's like a dream come true! Oh, right! It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's... Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon's... Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you, don't you think that trying to stop me now, which is stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia...
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see that she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your... The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that...
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and But as for me... The greatest pleasure of being a...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt...
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got! So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Power core!
Poor timing. Passable effort.
Feel the beat!
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
No, my sword!
Starfall!
Not bad, not bad. You've made some progress. Not bad. You've got a trick. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. No use hiding back there. I'll crush you.
No, my sword! Let me lead you a verse.
You've got some skills.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Ha!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Rain outlines your fate. Power cord!
Stand clear. Drop! Starfall!
Not good. Time to act. Rain cutter. I let my guard down.
Die.
Some you win, and some you lose.
Well, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance. You had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, this battle is already... Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest... Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the... In fact, it might be...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce, as such...
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. The truth is, the world belongs to those who... Unfortunately, we cannot be picky.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone...
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War, and who has... If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon... Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago.
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our... With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated, using the powers of ancient gods in such a but knowing that such an action will not only force the GOR... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we... Did we make it in time?
What are you doing?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chisi.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing this overlord of the...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monk.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith...
We've already discussed this together.
What? Wait, all of you...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhou, and as fate would have it, one who did craft... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one.
I suppose this is one blessing. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to... We haven't a moment to spare.
Yep.
3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Absorption test.
It isn't time for a break-in!
Amp it up!
This should be fun. Have a load of this. Let's move.
Animo test 6308.
Rain outlines your face. Huh?
You need to hurry up. Feels clogged.
Rain outlines your fate.
Not breaking a sweat.
Starfall! What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Power core! Animo test 6308. Stand clear. The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong! Crumble apart!
Starfall! With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
you of this. No, my soul!
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Witness the power of Gua.
This isn't good.
Rain outlines your face.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Looks like
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has... The effects of the sigil of permit. It will be some time before the Overlord.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened...
Save your flattery. We didn't...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside. At first, it was only the size of a small room. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable. But that does not mean that the Liyue do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him, but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say out?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has a...
Though your point is the very height, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an out...
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesy.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last, although I am a mere mortal soul.
Huh? Why does everyone look...
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful... When danger is near, everyone always protects me. Thanks for protecting Liyue.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, this is the country of contracts is grateful to the... Although their blood is weak, there is the time of contracts between gods and...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons... One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall... But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends. Oh, right! Its child wanted to unleash... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest... we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong... Last time we saw Zhongli was... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on... We had better go and make sure that...
Join the Adventurers Guild. What should I put in my letter?
Where has Master gone this time? You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? Oh, it seems that some of...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah, right.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liu...
Paimon knew that we...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, the real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking?
The contract is fulfilled. That...
How sanctimonious.
What? So, no, wait! That's an exciting twist of...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that, as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard I stood motionless among the crowds.
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their... Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I... That's right. Which is why I continue...
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the...
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired... Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Credit is also due to Senora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. All of these things turned out as I had planned. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's
Huh?
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also—
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least—
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city up. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such—
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, my agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my As for the bargaining chip, uncover that answer for you.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that—
So Rex Lapis is really—
Oh, come on. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the
Fatui? They certainly—
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights—
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean—
Yes, and to think that this happened—
Say, do you think the person—
Now that you mention— I mean, it all fit— Still, what sort—
Ah, forget it.
Hear ye all! The Qixings, though a dragon soars ageless, gods and adepti live glorious lives. But both light and shadow have their season. So too, rumors and hearsay abound on the streets, having been thwarted in his trial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors, or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking? Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis? Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul.
3,700 years of contract.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far, and our... Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some
Perhaps mementos for...
And to think I'd put my best perfume on. But it seems as if those perfumes... Well, that's fine. Suffer no rot.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue,
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is cut, and here you are looking...
Why would... Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinyu Kia.
You're right. I do like the Mora.
But why would Morak...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were... But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not mere... The Archon Morax. I will treasure the memories that I made. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their... But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and this is what visions are. Magic...
Uh-huh. That's how people
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an order to...
They want to seize visions. But what?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because...
Whoa.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to... The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now, knowing her, 7 ideals for... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way.
These are indeed false accusations. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign... Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has lost. Kuching is absolutely right. Now, though I did... Could the original person who brought... All right then. Was there anything else? That said, the reason I hinted as much. How did I accomplish that? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then.
bookhouse. Guess this is where we go to buy books in Liyue. Should we ask here if they have a copy of the Liyue volume of the Tevat Travel Guide? It's super duper.
Feel free to look around. There's no—
We're looking for the Liyue volume.
Sorry, dear. We stopped stocking that a very
Huh? But the Mondstadt volume was...
The thing is, the author made it too personal. It barely sold any copies, and the few travelers that did buy it made complaints afterward.
Well, that's a shame.
The fact remains that I don't have it in stock.
Who's Ching the Knight?
A book collector who lives in Chingsa village. He's a complete grouch. He was a regular customer here back—
Did somebody say out of print book? Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in his collection? Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Sing Cho. Since you and I are both in search of lost books, what say we travel together to Mount Jingsa? My pleasure, Val—
Auto reconfiguration is an essential function. Auto reconfiguration is an essential function.
But you didn't let me finish. Listen, let me tell you how.
Should I save this money or invest it?
Ad Astra Abyssa. Ad Astra Abyssa.
Hey, bro, what you say about me, boy?
You still on, Jonas?
On what?
How he get in here?
Oh,
How he get in here?
wait. Yo, hold up, bro, hold up. Don't say anything out of pocket yet. I gotta make sure you guys not on my YouTube stream.
Near.
Sure you guys not on my YouTube stream.
Nigger.
Oh my god, you guys are on it. Oh, I gotta end the stream. Alright, guys, see you guys later.